Hello students, I am Mrs. Rupali Samyabrahme from Ferguson College of Deccan Education Society, Pune. Students, in last lecture we have learned some of the points from advanced JavaScript. So today we are going to learn few more points, what is object and what are the types of objects supported by JavaScript. For this year, we have some of the inbuilt objects of JavaScript. We are going to learn today which are the properties and methods supported by JavaScript, which are inbuilt and which are user defined. We will also see what each property can do via some of the programs. To the students, we are also going to learn some of the SOPs from the JavaScript. So let us begin with the presentation. Students, we are going to see what is an object. A JavaScript object is an entity having state and behavior. State means properties and behavior means methods. Students, method is also called as a function. Function or method or behavior means there is a group of statements or instructions which are to be executed upon calling or upon instruction by the programmer. So remember that object binds data together with functions for the examination. These two statements are important for the examination. We can consider pen as object, chalk as object, car as object, or anything we consider as object. For example, here pen is an object means what? The pen can have color, pen can have texture, pen can have size. So all these are the properties of pen object. Similarly, chalk also has a color, chalk also has a shape, chalk has texture. So these are the properties of chalk. Whereas here in case of car also has model number, color. All these are the properties of the object. What are the methods? For example, here in case chalk can write, car can move or stop or brake. So these are the methods associated which can change the properties of the object. So these are the properties and methods of the object. So students, there are two types of objects supported by JavaScript. So object is a combination of behavior and state. You are supposed to remember for the examination. As I said, there are built-in and user-defined two types of objects in JavaScript. So built-in objects are math, string, date, array, etc. And user-defined objects means the objects created by the user. For example, I can create a student object, I can create a customer object, I can create a chalk object, I can create a ball object. Suppose if I create a ball object, I can have the properties shape, size, color, and so on. I can write the methods for the ball object, that ball can move on the screen, ball can jump on the screen, and so on. Here for the student, I can have calculate result as a method. For student, name will be the property and his age, his birth date, all these will be the properties for the student. So these are the objects we have seen. For the point of examination, you need to remember all these. Students, of the JavaScript contains document object model. What is document object model? The way in which the HTML content is accessed and modified is called as document object model. You will find the definition by W3C. W3C stands for World Wide Web Consortium. And here on the screen you may see XML word also over here. XML stands for Extended Markup Language. HTML already you know that it's a hypertext markup language. So DOM is a programming interface for HTML and XML. You need to remember this. According to W3C, document object model is a platform and language neutral interface that allows programs and scripts to dynamically access and update the content, structure, and style of a document. What that means, when the user is viewing your web page, at that time dynamically, depending on user's action, it is going to change the contents of the web page, and that is possible by using document object model. Students, this is the hierarchy of the document object model. You may observe on your screen the hierarchy which is given in your textbook. Same diagram is over here. Object in this hierarchy, window is the topmost object. Under window you will find over here 4 objects are mentioned in your textbook: location, document, navigator object and history object. You are having thorough study of form object, link object, image object and anchor object. Out of that form object we have in our syllabus. So over here, observe the properties and methods of the document object on your screen. Here, if you execute your JavaScript program using Internet Explorer, it will show you the message like this. So you are supposed to click on allow block content because Internet Explorer blocks your JavaScript code. If you click on allow block content, then only your code will be executed. You might have observed this in 11th standard as well. So students, let us go for the next slide, which is the demo for your DOM object. So here, observe students. On the left hand side, you will find the code. Here I have mentioned a function over here. Name of the function is my function. In the form, I have mentioned simply a button. If I click on this button called as know the properties, it is going to call the function my function. In the my function, I have declared a variable, simply x variable, in which the property I have used is a URL property of the document object. URL property of the document objects give me the complete path of your file or a web page, you may say. So here I have got a path of my DOM property.html because of this URL. I have displayed it by using this. So how I have displayed it? By using get element by id para. So observe over here, I have specified over here my para in body tag. So my para is going to be replaced by this x because I am accessing that inside the function. So students, over here observe that get element by id is accessing this my para which I have written over here, and that's why it is getting replaced it over here on the web page. So again, one more paragraph I wrote and nothing is there in the paragraph right now. I have not written anything. But when I will click on the button, it is going to replace with the value of A. And what is the value of A? Is the document title. And my title is, I have given the title, my JavaScript program. Observe here, I have got the title over here because head.id I have given over here. So a head returns the header of your or whatever header part of your HTML. These are the window object properties. Here I have mentioned window.name, window.location and window.closed. When I specify window.name, here I got the name of the window as my window because I have specified it as my window. I have given the status is equal to hello. Students, do remember that status is not supported by many of the latest browsers. So you may not get the status over here, but you can specify over here. And if you want to display this status, you can display the status by using old browsers. So students, you can change the browser by using window.status property of the window object. Now over here, observe for this name, it has been mentioned as my window. Location, it has displayed my complete path of my file, and I have written window.closed, whether it is closed or open. So as it is open, so window.closed property is saying it is false. So here BG color cyan has appeared because of this BG color property of the document object for this one. So this is all about all the properties of window object. We have learned the properties name, location, closed. All these are the properties for the window object. So what are the methods of window object? So these are the methods of window object: alert, confirm, prompt, open, close, blur, focus and print. Let us learn the properties by using methods by using a demo. Here a program which is showing to you how the alert works, confirm works and prompt works. Now if I write down the program like this, observe over here I have mentioned a button, and if I click on this button, my function is going to execute. In this my function, I will be getting alert first, followed by confirm, followed by prompt, and after that it is going to open a new window for me. So here I have used 4 methods of window object: alert, confirm, prompt and open. So how it does, let us see the output. So once I click on the button, this is the no property button I am getting on this screen. So once I click on that, it is showing me the dialog box that welcome IT world, which I have mentioned in this alert. Observe the syntax of the alert. It has to be given inside the double quotes. Students, always remember that once it is a method or a function, you are supposed to make use of this round brackets for the method or a function. If it is a property, you are supposed to write on a equal to symbol. Here value is a property, so I wrote equal to symbol over here. So always you are supposed to write equal to symbol for the property changing, but here for the methods you are supposed to write on round brackets. Now there is one more method I have used, that is a confirm method. For the confirm method, if I execute it, I will get something like this. I have, as I said, I have got two buttons over here, OK and cancel button, and if user presses the OK button, it will send 1. If user presses the cancel button, it sends the 0 to program. So you can assign this value to any of the variable, like you can write x is equal to window.confirm. So x will say yes, user is confirmed or not. Now window.prompt, this next is going to accept a value from the user. User can type a string value over here, or user can type a number. For example, here I have typed the word Ferguson over here. It has provided me a text box to type something, and again there is OK and cancel button. But the difference between confirm and prompt is confirm is just taking OK or cancel button. There is no any kind of a input text box like a prompt in case of the confirm button. So here I have defined a new variable by using var keyword. So var new window is a keyword I have used. So window.open I have used. Students, do remember that var keyword is used for declaring your variable in JavaScript. Whereas if you want to declare a new object in JavaScript, the keyword used is new keyword. That also new keyword you should remember that it is used to declare the object in JavaScript. Now this is a new window which I have declared over here, and in that window I have written this statement. So if I execute again next statement, I will get the output something like this. So here I will be getting a new window having the message welcome to my new window. So this is going to happen if you execute window.open. Over here, observe, this is a new window has occurred here, and this is my program. So this again, if I execute it, this message you are going to appear after 5 seconds. A message is going to come. I wrote that inside the alert. What this is done by using window.set timeout. Window.set timeout executes the given statement or statements or function. I wrote this statement of alert over here after specified milliseconds. So after 5 seconds, it is going to execute this statement. Observe over here the syntax. I have written the statement inside the single quote over here, and I mentioned double quote over here for the alert. So because of this single quote, you need to remember this syntax clearly, because you are going to make use of that in the color code program as well. Students, now observe the properties and methods of string object. Students, over here observe, I have specified over here the string Ferguson. This is a string first. If I execute it, this statement will get executed, which will count the length of the word Ferguson. So here the length of the word Ferguson is having 9 characters. So it is saying 9 over here. So it is going to count how many characters are there in your string. String 2 I have mentioned as information technology over here. Students, over here I have declared one variable called as later. In this I have mentioned that give me the second position character. Now I is having 0th character, N is having first character, so F is the second character. So that's why I have got the output that at second position there is F. So here next is index of. As I said, index of gives the position index number of your N. Here I have specified N. Any character you can specify. Like here I have specified N from string 2. So string 2 is information technology, and first occurrence of N is here. So that's why it has said yes, because here 1 it has specified, because 0 is I and N is 1 over there. Position of first occurrence of N is 1 over here. Observe for the last index of. So in this last index of from string 2, occurrence of N is over here last, and that is position 16. You may count it. While counting, you need to count the space as a character. So students, over here observe the last position it has printed. Now next is substitute. So here I have mentioned 2, 4. We start from the second character and take 4 characters. How many characters to take? This is the next number. So here I am printing this one from string 2. What is my string 2? String 2 is this one, information technology. The second character for the information technology is this is 0, this is first, and F is the second character. From second character take 4 characters, means it is going to start with the form, and it is going to take 4 characters, means it is going to take the form word, and it has shown as in the output. Now students, over here observe the next is a substring. So in the substring I have specified from 0th character go up to 11th index number. So these two both are index numbers. Here in this case it is not an index number. Here it is how many characters you are going to take. Whereas in substring, here both are the index numbers. So from index number 0, go up to the index number 11. Means it will go up to index number 10 only. It won't take the 11th character. If you observe over here, it has taken the information word because of the substring, because information word has this 10 characters. Now over here observe the word it has printed. Now 2 lowercase and 2 uppercase, you may observe that information word as I have printed because it is my string 1. I have assigned this one as a substring. So because of that it has only one word information, and it has changed to uppercase and lowercase respectively. Students, do not forget to write down the U capital into uppercase, C capital and L capital for 2 lowercase, C capital again into lowercase. So this is all about the syntax of the program. So you need to remember all the syntax for the string. Students, observe the properties and methods of the number object. So you need to remember mean value, max value, and then these 3 properties of the number object. Students, it is going to return how much maximum number and minimum value it can return in JavaScript. NaN will represent not a number. You can make use of that by using isNaN function in JavaScript. So it's not specified isNaN in this table. You need to remember isNaN method of this. So here there is a typo mistake. You need to remember it as a to fixed over here instead of is fixed. So here to fixed is going to return the string that represents a number with exact digits after the decimal point. Is integer is going to tell you whether the given number is integer value or not. Parse float is going to convert your string into the floating point number. Parse integer it's not L, it's I. So here parse integer is going to convert your string into the integer. And you need to remember that what it is. This is to fixed method. Here is the program, and observe the output as well. Now here I have mentioned a function over here. One text box I have provided for the user. If user enters something, for example here I have entered ABCD. So if I enter something instead of the number, what is going to happen? Whatever is ABCD will be provided to over here, and it's asking isNaN function over here. I have written, observe this one. So isNaN stands for not. Is it a number or not a number? NaN means not a number. So it is asking me a not a number or what. So ABCD is not a number. Yes, true, it's not a number. So it's saying like this. So is it an integer number? False, it's not an integer number. Is it a, again I'm asking, is it integer? N1 I have assigned. I have tried to convert that into float and integer. So both, as it's ABCD, it has not converted into integer and float values. Observe here, N2 I have specified some number, and here to fixed I have written. Over here this is the correct syntax. Now I have specified over 2. 2 means I want only 2 digits after the decimal point. Students, here there is a 8, that's why it has converted to 35 instead of 34. Now over here observe one more input if I try to give over here. Like say if I have entered this value instead of ABCD. So it is saying not a number. No, it's a number, so that's why it is saying it's a false. Now, is it an integer value? No, it's not an integer value, so it said false. So, is it an integer? Again, I am asking. So, yes, it is an integer. Why this is saying is it integer false? Because I have converted that into float. Parse int will remove these digits, so it will become integer. So, it is saying it's a true statement. So, these are the 4 important methods of number object we have learned today. That is parse float, plus int, to fixed method, is integer method, and so on. Student, I have written over here on click method. So we are going to have the other methods also, like on mouse over, then on reset, on submit, all these methods. Any method you can make use of over here like this. So here method I have used is on click. So you can make use of on reset and on submit on the respective buttons. Students, over here, let us see the SOP1. So this is your SOP1, which is going to have, you are supposed to create 2 web pages. In that you are going to change the color, background color of your web page. Students, over here, observe the background color is going to change upon clicking, without clicking it is. So you have to suppose to move the mouse pointer over the button so that it will change. Here we will assume that it is 2 seconds. So here 7 different colors you are supposed to change at the background. You are supposed to create 1 more pages here also, we will consider as 2 seconds. Students, here 7 different visibly distinct background colors we will display. Along with that, alert message and status bar also is mentioned, but we will just see simply only one function which is going to change the color, because status property is not supported by latest browsers. Now here is the program. Let us observe the program. On the left hand side you will find the code. Here is mentioned that color change code. Students, whatever you are writing the function name, that must be written over here inside the form. I have written the form, and in the form for the button I wrote on mouse over event will call the method color change. Now color change, this is a function which is going to be called when user will move mouse pointer on this. Student, over here it is going to execute these statements upon mouse over. So here observe the syntax, double quotes I have written for the set timeout here to execute this, and for this red color I have given single color. So this is important to specify the single quote over here, and these are the double quotes. So this is single quote completion and then double quote completion over here. I have written that this should be executed after 2 seconds, after 4 seconds, after 6 seconds, and so on. And last statement I wrote that it should call the color change again, means this function will be called after 12 seconds. So let us observe this demo. Here it is changing the color because I have refreshed. Now I have moved the mouse pointer. Once I have moved the mouse pointer over here, it has started changing the color. Now observe at the end it is going to be a blue color, and again it is going to change for the red color. Now it will be red. Yes. Let us see the next page for this. This is the page 1 you are supposed to create in this assignment. Now students, over here observe the page 2 over here for the program. Now in this page 2, just change I have made is the onload event I have added. In the body I have not written any of the button over here. That's why no any button in the output. Now onload event is going to be executed when user will load this web page. So this is again an event. Now this color change function, same like last program. Here while writing the program, please take care that this BG color C must be capital. Students always do the mistake of making this C as small. Again you need to observe over here T is a capital for set timeout. You need to remember that as well, that set timeout T is capital. One more mistake, common mistake students do is window is the object. It's not windows. S is not there anywhere here. It's not windows dot, it's window dot set timeout. So this way you are supposed to write on a correct syntax so that you can get the correct output. How you will be getting the output? I just wrote simple title so that something will be appear on the web page. So this is a subtext which is in H2 has appeared. So let us observe the demo. So it's changing the color when I am writing the onload. Automatically it is changing the color. I need not have to click anywhere. Once I load the web page, it is going to change the color. Now let us observe that here I have written all this code inside the script and end script inside the head tag. So it has changed the color. All 7 colors it is showing, except the white which is default color. In your SOP4, you are supposed to accept a string from the user and reverse the string, and whether it is palindrome or not, you are supposed to check. So for that, this is a code. Students, observe over here, I wrote a form which is very important to write down. In the form, I have given name to the form, property name I have used. In this, I have used the text box. By using input type equal to text box, I am going to accept the string. and I have a button. On that I have written the check palindrome or not as a title, and on click I'm going to call the function mystrf. This is a mystrf function. This is will be called when user will click on this one. So it is whatever the text user has entered in this one will come over here by using this statement. Statement is I have written the variable name over here, name of the form, dot name of the text box, dot value I need to write on. I have initialized reverse string as a blank string by using simply double quotes, no space over here. After that I have used the for loop. In the for loop I have initialized I to length -1. Why length -1? Because it is going to take up to 0 to, if 6 is the length, it need to go up to 5 characters. That's why -1 I need to write down over here. So as it starts with 0, I till 0 I need to go, so I wrote less than or equal to 0. So this is going to give me the reverse string. I'm going to check whether reverse string and my string is same or not, and I'm going to show that if it is same, it is a palindrome. If it is not same, it's not a palindrome. Palindrome string means madam or even Malayalam. These two words are palindrome. In both ways, if you read out the string, it is having the same number of characters. So here let us see one more program, that is the counting of vowels. So this is a counting of the vowel program. Here I have accepted some string again, and in this string the function will be called vowel upon clicking. This is again assignment for your practical, that you need to assign the value 0 for the counter, and you're going to increment that counter if it founds A, E, I, O, U. Students, this is a pipe symbol on your keyboard above the enter button. So here this is going to execute from 0 to less than length. This is important, less than length you are supposed to write down. Once I finish the counting, I'm just displaying how many vowels are in this. Students, do remember the syntax of this. Here single quote I have given for this. So this is how to count the vowel program, which is your SOP. So one more easy SOP, that is a Fahrenheit to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit. This is simple program. I wrote on click function, and on click I'm calling two methods. Observe here, there is a double quote here which came on the next line, but you need to write down on the same line here. So this is one more function I have written, and these two functions I have started with curly bracket and ended with curly bracket. Observe, simple formula is given. Using that you need to calculate it, and you need to, this is also important, that you need to convert it into parse float. Means what? Float value you need to convert, because whatever value you are going to accept in the text box will be in the text format. So you are going to convert that into the float format. So this is a simple program of SOP which is going to convert your Fahrenheit to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit. So students, you are going to learn array object, date object, and other objects which are not covered through the textbook. If in the next year, if it is there for the examination, you can learn it. This year it will not be there as per the reduced syllabus. So we have covered complete JavaScript now, whatever is there for the examination. Thank you.